Hello and welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming and of course the country from which it was born, Japan. I'm your temporary co-host and Nintendo music producer, Eli Tupp, and I'm joined, I can't speak, and I'm joined by the host, as always, Judah Terry.
Hello.
Do you know when I did that solo episode for you a while
Yeah,
ago?
yeah, yeah.
You don't know how many times I had to re-record the intro.
Really?
I
Oh,
suck at reading things, so I could read something and I
oh.
will practice it many times, and as soon as I start recording, I just mess it up.
I'll tell
Even
you
then,
what.
I couldn't get it right.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. It's been a long day for both of us, as you're going to find out. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure Elijah did very well. He did very well. I'll give it to him. He did very well for his first intro reading because, Elijah, it's your last few weeks on the podcast.
it
I'm so
is very
sad.
sad, very
It's
sad.
very
Yeah.
sad. Actually, you're not going to be gone, though. We're going to have you back on, of course. But
Well, yeah, I'll come back. Yeah,
yeah, of course he's going to come back. You have to come back. But yeah, I thought I'd let him do the intro. And well done. You messed it up. It was perfect. It was perfect.
yeah. No, it's fine.
Elijah. I've just had the most exhausting. But my week. Remember what my week has actually been eventful for once. Like
Yeah.
every single week we've been like, oh, what have we been up to? Well, nothing much. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I've sat in a room. Now I've actually been doing a lot of stuff. For those of you who are listening happily wherever you are, I've literally just come out of the car about an hour ago after being sat in the car for 5 hours. Yes, 5 hours. I hate life. Basically, let's start from the beginning. I'm also going to ask you how your week has been, Elijah, because I'm sure you've had a very eventful week too, which is good.
Things to talk about. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think. Well, first of all, it all started on Wednesday. I had a party to go to. My friend turned 18 years old, and it's a big milestone to reach. So, I went to the party, and this is the thing: never travel after going to a party with alcohol, or just don't drink. That's the thing. Then travel the next day, because the next day, I was going to go and see a friend in Surrey, in the south of England, in Woking, and oh man, I partied. I had fun. I had a great time at his birthday party. It was great to wish him a happy birthday. I've grown up with this friend. It's great to see him turn 18. Great time, but I literally had no time for a hangover the next day. Like I just told myself, yes, you're hungover, but you're not going to be hungover because you now have to travel. So I woke up, got packed. Last minute packing because I couldn't pack the night before. Packed. Jumped in the car and went down south to see my friend in Surrey, and it was a great time. It was all right. It was a good time. Went around Surrey, went to Woking, and then today, that was yesterday. Went to Surrey, and then today we did a whistle stop tour. You could say. We're driving around doing all sorts of things. I went to Guildford, lovely little place. Guildford, I saw the views. There's some lovely views. Like in the south of England, there's some lovely hills. And Guildford on the outskirts, it's got this big nature park. I forgot what it's called now, but it was lovely. Saw some nice views, and then of course it was time to go home. It was about. I mean, I live in Leicestershire, and it's about 2.5 hours, just about 2.5 hours drive. On a good run, on down the motorway, M25 and that. Man, it took me 5 hours, and the reason why is because I thought it was the half term, and it was like 2 o'clock. We left at like 2 o'clock, a good time to get home for at least 4 o'clock, or half four or something. I don't know. And man, then only just today you said there's been a train strike in the UK, and I was like, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it's been train strikes all week throughout the UK, all over, and because it is the last day of half term, everyone's kind of coming back from holidays, because they'll have work soon and school soon and things like that. So,
and it's half term.
yeah, and it's
end of half
anyway,
term,
so it's busy anyway either way.
So I'm just surviving, literally on the last. And guess what? This is all I've had today. All I've had is some cornflakes. That's all I've had, and I just got in and had some dinner. So I had a full-blown dinner after having nothing all day. Man, I'm literally just scraping the surface of surviving today, and I actually got home, had some dinner, and we're here recording the podcast. And I'm happy to tell everybody about what happened, but I'm just so exhausted, Elijah. Never been this exhausted for a long time, and I'm looking forward to that bed tonight. What have you been up to, apart from me dying in a room?
Today I've been at work all day.
Yeah.
Pretty much my life just consists now of manual labor for little pay, so that's lovely. That's great. I love that.
Lovely.
Totally are enjoying that. Yeah, it's very fun,
Yeah.
especially when it's super busy in the half term and everything. Yeah,
Mm.
and especially when you're the only employee running like the entire downstairs. That's fun.
No.
So yeah, very
Really?
busy day. Yeah, we were very understaffed today.
Oh
So it was
no. Is
very
it
busy. So
because of half
I'm
term? Is it because of half term? Everyone's like having a holiday or like a
I don't know.
week
It's
off.
just one of those unlucky days where no one comes in, and then you're kind of just stuck with
Yeah. Yeah.
3 people for most of it. So yeah,
Yeah. But
but
apart from that, you've
yeah,
had some any exciting things happen this week. I can see here you've had some
yeah,
good
yeah.
things.
Other than working and dying and things, I've had more room reorganizing, which is interesting, quite fun.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much finished with the room now. I reckon.
Nice.
Added like a little bedside table and a plant and things, and I
Mm.
don't know. It looks much better now. It looks pretty much complete. I have a little workout station as well,
Wow,
like
you've
a little
got a
workout
workout
corner.
stadium.
Not stadium. I can't speak today. But yeah, I've got all that set
We
up,
never
and it's
can. We never
looking
can.
quite,
Don't worry. We
looking
never
quite
can
nice.
speak, but it's great. I'm glad to hear your
Yeah.
room's actually taking shape now. Like that's as I said before, it's nice to have a space you actually enjoy and set
Mhm.
up. How did the selling go? Did you sell the stuff you needed and stuff? Get it all
I
done?
sold half of it. I decided to keep on to one
Mm.
thing
Ah,
because I
right.
might do it on eBay instead because it's worth a lot more. Um,
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I got like 30 quid for some stuff, which is I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy with 30 quid. I don't mind that. I'm quite happy.
That's
Um,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, just a little bit of bonus money, I guess. I was
Yeah.
also last week Sunday. I went to a music festival, a jazz festival,
Nice.
called Cross the Tracks 2023 in
Lovely.
London. Very good,
An
very fun.
open air one.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, outside, yeah,
Yeah.
massive place. 5 different stages and all sorts of bands going in and out. Different kinds of music like funk, soul, reggae, R&B, jazz. Obviously, it's a jazz festival, so
Mm.
so there's a lot of different stuff. Quite a few bands I knew and liked. Got
mm.
to speak to some of them, which is cool.
That is so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good day out. Good day out.
I should have gone to that. I'm annoyed. I didn't like go. This is like yeah. I mean,
I
I
made a
love.
YouTube short of one of the acts as well, just
Oh,
showing, just like a very chill
is it
thing
up
video.
now? Is the YouTube short up now?
Yeah, it's been up for a while, I think.
Oh, I've been so busy. I've
No,
not
it's
seen
fine.
it. I'll
The
have a
algorithm
look.
isn't being nice to us anyway, so yeah.
Oh well, that moves us on to our second little point
Mm.
on the talk about part of the podcast. Yeah, really annoying. So I've had a really busy week, guys. Me and Elijah have been really busy doing eventful things. Traveling around Surrey. Elijah's been going to music festivals, reorganizing his room. I just like I was just like I was today I was on the way back to Leicestershire from Surrey, and I was looking at YouTube. I was like, I see how my video's been doing. I see like 12 views. I'm like, oh no, 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 no,
Yeah, where'd the
and like
100 views go?
where did the 100 views go? And yeah, it's like 22 views, and like those ones were actually worked. Yeah, we worked hard in every single episode, I think. But there's some episodes that I'm like, that was a really good one, or that was a better episode.
Mm.
And yeah, you said before, like sometimes you can put very minimal work into something, and it'll get really good viewership, and then sometimes you can put a lot of work into something, and it'll get hardly anything, and that sadly is the algorithm. So
Yeah, it's a game of
unfortunately,
chance. Yeah.
the algorithm's just been really bad to the YouTube at the moment. The YouTube channel for podcasts. I mean, that's the good thing is on audio, we've still had a really nice flow of listeners. We're still getting lots of that. That
That's good,
algorithm's
yeah,
going
that's
well.
good. Yeah.
We have a good. Thank you everybody who's listening each week on
Yeah,
Spotify and all that. But yeah, sadly, YouTube. I really hate the algorithm. I've been doing like watching these tutorials of how to conquer the algorithm. It's just you never can. You never can.
yeah, unless you're like uploading every 2 days with the same
Yeah.
thumbnails and you're making content that's very,
Mm,
widespread. Like it's just very niche, realistically. It's
yeah.
not only a
Yeah.
gaming podcast, but then it's then kind of narrowed down to Nintendo, as in like in the name and the title, I guess. So
Mm.
it's yeah, it's not the most popular thing in the world,
Unfortunately, the annoying thing
unfortunately.
was it
But
was
yeah,
actually episode 50, our milestone we had
yeah,
reached,
yeah,
and I was just so annoyed that it's like, oh, the most important episode. That's like 50, it's not really the most important, but it's like a milestone episode.
yeah, yeah.
Reach 50 this episodes, and that's come with a lot of ups and downs. And it
Mm.
gets like hardly any views on YouTube. But the good thing is, you guys all listened on audio, and I'm really happy for that. I'm really happy. Thank you, everyone listening to audio, and please go and support the YouTube channel if you can. I really appreciate that, so we can further the audience.
Yeah, it is a shame that the episode 50 didn't do well, because that was quite a good. I think that was quite a good episode between me and you.
Yeah.
I don't think the Nintendo Music Wars that week was very good.
No.
Just on my end, I think, because I rushed preparing for it because I had no time.
That's fine. We've both been busy this week.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
We've
So
both
I
been
think
busy bees.
we'll do a better one.
We'll do a better one. As you can see, me and Elijah are struggling for this episode, you know, but we love producing episodes each week for you guys to listen to, so we can't miss it, you know.
I keep going. You know, it's like what?
Yeah.
20 to 9. I've been at work all day. I'm feeling really under the weather.
He
but
keeps
I'm still
going.
I'm
still going. Right, and he's actually leading the episode. So well done for this, Elijah.
Yeah, I wrote this one. Yeah.
He wrote this one. He wrote this one. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, hopefully we're not going to have an episode where we're this tired, guys. I'm sorry about our. So forgive us of our very tired, rubbish speaking skills today.
For coughing as well.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, honestly, for more good side, good news. Move on to more of a good piece of news.
Yeah.
This is some good news, Elijah. First of all, I say thank you to everybody who subscribed. Elijah, you've now reached over 400 subscribers on YouTube. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
I'm still. I mean, I know it's from the podcast, and I'm very appreciative of that. But I think it's very funny that I stopped uploading 2 months ago, and I've gained more subs in these 2 months than I have in like half a year.
It's insane,
Yeah, so it's like I stopped uploading and I suddenly gain loads of subs. But yeah, obviously from the podcast, so thank you all.
Yeah.
Whichever people went over to subscribe. I
Yeah.
appreciate that very much. Very nice of you.
Yeah.
And thank you for pushing me over the 400 milestone.
Yeah, you got over 400 as well. Like 412, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm hoping to get back to making videos as soon as I can. It probably won't be till September because the way money's looking, and it's a slow process.
Yeah.
But almost there.
The good thing about viewers who subscribe and like actually want to follow us for who we are, they respect that though. I found that out. Like there's always those people that are just really understanding. Like on your video that you said, I'm going to be coming back after a break because you need to like save up and stuff and get better equipment and do other things. There was so many nice comments I noticed in the video saying, we'll wait for you, it's fine.
Yeah, it's nice to know. That video didn't do very well views wise, but then the amount of people that commented on it and like actually interacted with the video, it made it much better. So it's like, thank you. It's very nice.
Yeah. Again, this is like Elijah's coming to a close. Like for those of you who have probably listened to Elijah's coming to a close. It sounds wrong. Elijah's coming to a close.
I'm dying.
He's dying. No, he's not. He may sound like it, but he's not.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Barely holding on like Judo, but we're here still.
Yeah. He's still here. But basically he's come on very kindly to be my temporary co-host, while Rowan, the actual co-host, JR's, Judah and Rowan's podcast, Rowan's been away working very hard with the exams. He's got 2 weeks left of exams and then he's done, and he'll be returning to the podcast to take his place. And thank you so much, Elijah, for like coming on. It's been a blast. Like and he's still got. I'm acting like it's like the last speech.
It's not the final episode.
It's not the final episode. He's going to be in for a few more episodes, and of
I
course
think we should do the final one with Rowan as well.
Yeah, the final one would be with Rowan. So
goodbye.
Rowan's going to be on for the final one, and it is quite sad because like Elijah's got kind of become like the second co-host, and me and Rowan were saying like we're still going to have him on now and again. I think like you're going to be a regular now, so don't worry, guys. He's now part of the team in a way, really. But so thank you so much, and thank you so much to everyone again who's gone over and subscribed to him, because Elijah works hard on his music videos. I'm just very happy to see our audience almost going over to him and supporting him. So thank you so much to everyone who's done that.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And when I do come back, like I've been there are like multiple reasons why I left. I left because, well, I lost my laptop. Oh, I didn't lose it, but I had to give it away. That had all my like stuff on it, so I couldn't keep making music without the software to make it. Yeah, so that's the main reason, obviously. Then it's on that I'm saving up for a new one. But another reason was I was quite unhappy with. I was trying to pump out like consistent videos each week, and I was doing so, but then I feel like the quality dropped. And I kind of said it in the video where there were multiple weeks where I felt like I made a video just for the sake of making a video, rather than being like,
Mm.
oh, I really love this song, let me try and rearrange it, or I feel
Mm.
like writing a song today. It kind of turned into more of a chore than a hobby.
Mm.
And I wanted to
Mm.
take a step back from YouTube to kind of be like, okay,
Yeah.
leave it alone. And then when you come back to it, don't have to be, every week. It could be like once every 2 weeks, whatever.
Mm.
I focused on the albums and put quality over quantity. So that's what I need to
Yeah.
do. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I've been thinking
Yeah.
about. So when I come back, it'll be better than ever. So yeah, that's good.
Exactly. I'm really glad you've like kind of recognised and kind of put yourself first here as well. Like knowing that you're getting stressed out. Trying to pump out because the life of a YouTuber, like many people probably look up on it and be like, "Oh, it's so fun." No, it's not. It's fun. Yes, it is. It's great, but it's very tough. It's
It's a
very tough.
grind. If you're trying to
It's
be
a
consistent, it is
grind.
a grind. And especially like, yeah, for
Yeah.
me, if you get like a video a month that gets 1,000 views, and then all the
Mm.
other ones get like somewhere between 50 and 200, it can be a
Yeah.
bit like, again, like we said earlier, disheartening if you do
Can
really
be. Yeah.
well and you get all these nice comments, and then
Mm.
for the next like month straight you get like no views, no comments, no nothing. It feels like you're kind of
Exactly.
shouting into the void where it's like, is anyone really watching this? It's like, you can't really tell
Yeah.
without,
Yeah.
because comments are important as well as views, obviously. I prefer comments over views anyway, because then I actually know people
Mm.
exist, who are
Exactly.
listening and things like that. So yeah.
As a podcaster, being a podcaster for now a year and a half, over just over a half now, it's almost like the life of an influencer slash YouTuber slash whatever you're being. Because I started off being a podcaster. I've now moved on to being a YouTuber as well. So I'm both.
Yeah.
um, it's definitely It's definitely a journey. It's up and downs. It's up and down. It's all about keep on going though. It's all about keeping on going. When me and Ryan started, we were hardly getting anybody. So we were sitting down every single week, taking time out of our schedules to record an episode that no one was really listening to. We get like 3 people, and
Yeah.
and we kept on doing that. We kept on going, kept on going, kept on going, kept on going, and eventually, people actually there was like a breakthrough. And then the good thing
Mm.
is, those episodes that me and him were like really working hard on to every single week that were getting like 2 views, they've gone up to like over 1,000 now. People are still listening to them as we speak right now. People are still going back and listening to them because people
Mm.
who discover our podcast go and listen to the old episodes, and that makes me feel like that didn't go to waste. It makes me feel satisfied. But again, there are dips even as a podcaster. The analytics sometimes I'll look on 1 week and it'll be like, oh, it's not done that well, and it can be disheartening. But the here's the thing: you've got to keep going, but then again, you have to also put yourself first. You have to not get depressed by it. You can't.
You
If
have
you
to
need
make
to, yeah, you have
a
to, yeah,
balance in your schedule between your
yes,
work
balance.
life and your hobby life. You have to see YouTube as a hobby,
Mm,
and you need to know, obviously. Yeah, I need a video each week, or I need a
mm,
podcast each week, but you got to try and make it fun for yourself again. Because I feel like
exactly.
it was still really fun for me, but the thing is, I was doing more things. I was very busy
Mm,
at the time, so hence why it kind of started to feel like a chore. Even though it was still
more of a
fun,
chore, yeah.
it felt like I need to get a video out this week.
Mm,
Oh, I'm not prepared. And it felt like, when you're ahead of the game, it's fun and it's fine. But the moment you start being like, okay, I need a video in like 3 days and I haven't got anything yet,
yeah.
it's very stressful, you know. So
100%, 100%. It is exactly,
overall,
and big ups to
mm,
you, Elijah, and for also coming on and supporting me. Like you've been a great friend, and honestly coming on and stepping in as well. And it's been amazing. I'm
it's
just
been
so
really fun
happy.
to be here. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
been
kept
really
my
fun.
weeks lively.
Kept his weeks lively. Exactly. I feel sad though. He's gonna go, but don't worry because Elijah, you're now part of the team. You're going to be coming back on, and
Yeah, I have no life anyway. You can always just text me. Yeah, it's fine.
don't worry if Elijah's like, oh, I'm feeling
I'm
lonely
either
this week. Oh,
working or I'm
come join me and
sleeping.
Ryan.
That's just my life, really.
Exactly. Well, I'm pretty sure all my viewers are also looking forward to seeing your new YouTube videos. So,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to that. Also, up on the bright side, before we head off into what you've got for us this week, Elijah, I'm
Mhm.
getting my Nintendo Switch this week.
Yeah, you
I'm
finally got it sorted.
got it
Yeah.
sorted. Yep. I'm actually I'm so happy. I'm so excited. It's been so long, of years of saving up and talking about it. And yes, guys, for those of you who've got your Switch and you're like, what do you mean he's not getting a Switch now? I'm like, well,
The new Switch can be released in like 3 months, and we're like, oh, what?
exactly.
No.
Well, I'm not rich, guys. I'm just trying to save up, and I've
Mm.
got now finally the amount, and it's like, Yeah, and guess what? I'm going all out. I'm getting the OLED. You know, I'm not getting a neon. I'm getting a OLED, and I'm like so happy. And
Yeah.
I've got the game Animal Crossing New Horizons now. It's come. It's arrived. I've got it. I'm looking at it
Yeah.
right now. The
It
physical
looks
copy.
nice. Yeah, you sent me a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
I've
it's
even got the.
exciting.
It's exciting, man. I've also got the encyclopedia for it, like the full blown encyclopedia.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, when you come over to see me at some point, Elijah, I'll let you have a
yeah.
look through it. It's very,
Mm.
very interesting. Like, it gives you the full, like, and there's things in it that's even been missed out as well because of the updates, but it's just so good.
Mm.
And I'm looking forward to it, and I'll definitely be doing an unboxing video on my channel about it. So, yeah, that's kind of our week. But first of all, Elijah, let's start to talk about Nintendo.
Mhm.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, so I wanted to start off with a discussion just to see what do we think of Tears of the Kingdom so far?
Yeah, good
Are we
idea. Good
enjoying
idea.
it? Obviously, I've seen your video on Tears of the Kingdom. I'm thinking,
Mm.
has your opinion changed since then? You know, have you seen more of it? Have you been watching YouTube stuff on it, or have you been waiting, or what have you been
Mm.
doing?
Well, on my take, I have been watching more of the playthrough, and some
Mhm.
people have been like, come to me, like my friends that play Nintendo. I mean, I was just at the party a few days ago, and my friends were like, "Hey, you know, do you watch gameplay videos, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Doesn't that spoil it for you?" And I was like, "That's a very good point. You know, doesn't it spoil it?" And this is kind of a side point, but I was like,
Mm.
"Yes and no," because I'm
It
still
depends on
not.
the game.
It depends on the game exactly because it's like something I'm not overly into. Like I say this, I'm into Zelda. I really like it, but I'm not into it to the point where I don't want it to get spoiled. So I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
happy to watch what happens and then enjoy it for myself as well.
yeah. Mm.
So yeah, your question was like, yeah, looking at gameplay videos and stuff. Honestly, my opinion has not got anything but from wanting to play even more. Like my
Mm.
rating still stays the same. You know, the trailer. I talked about the trailers in the video. I'm not. Go and watch my video on my channel if you want to see the full breakdown. But first of all, with the trailers was extremely similar. So I wasn't exactly blown away by the trailer. But when I saw the actual gameplay, I was like, wow, it actually looks super good. The fusion and everything, it looks amazing. It's very time investing. It takes you a long time to complete. You've got lots of things to do. From what I've seen in the gameplay as well, the story is just so good. Like the story keeps you going as well. It's not like the other Zelda games where you have to kind of like find clues to kind of find out what's going on like on the
Mm.
3DS games. It's just like a bit like Xenoblade. You know, the story just you play along to the story from start to finish. Um,
Okay, okay, yeah.
from what I've seen, it's like I'm not like views changed. I don't know. I don't actually think any views have changed. Probably more of the fact that I want to play it more. You know, I
Mm.
definitely want
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
it and get my hands on it. Anything that's gone down bad, I don't know. There is the graphics bit. I'm like, yeah, the graphics, like they're like, yeah, yeah, I don't know, but it's like
It's intentional, though, really. Like, that's the
exactly,
kind of art
it's
style kind of thing.
intentional. It's an art
Yeah, and
style. It's
there
an
is
art
still
style.
like pretty moments in the game. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, I think pretty much I'm looking forward to it. I think the game it's well deserved. It's well deserved, and I'm still looking for a bad review that actually makes much sense.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I've been watching some gameplay and stuff like that. I think it looks
Mm.
fun. It looks very different. The whole fusion thing. You can make some very you can make some very silly things with it. Like even with the
Yeah.
weapon fusion, some stuff just looks so like
Mm.
random
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
unrealistic. But it is funny though. It's enjoyable to watch. I feel like the more I watch it though, and like with the story and stuff, I feel like it's probably not a game for me. In the sense that if
Okay.
I ever got a Switch, I probably
Mm.
wouldn't buy it. I'd enjoy watching the game, but it's
Oh.
one of those games that I'd rather watch than play. You know?
Yeah, that's fair because there's a entire like area of people that like to watch games, and I was speaking to my mum about this. She was like, "I don't understand people who just sit there and watch gameplay." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I do. Yeah, and Elijah does.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just something about it. Just no, I just really like doing it, and that's quite interesting. So, what would you say then your style of gaming is? Because that's quite interesting. Because Tears of the Kingdom, right? Here's my question to you: Tears of the Kingdom is a story-driven game, and it's got a lot of things to do, including
It doesn't
fusion.
feel that way to me. That's the thing. It doesn't feel.
Ah,
Having played really story-driven games, it doesn't
mm,
feel like a story-driven game to me. It feels like more a
mm.
sandbox, an open world. It is an open world game, so it feels more
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
sandbox, an open world game where you can go do whatever you want. And
yeah.
you get filled up with side quests and random little bits and bobs to explore. It feels more like an exploration game with then obviously important story that lets you explore more areas as you go on, rather than a kind of like story-driven game.
I
Because
mean,
when I think
yeah,
about Xenoblade, the story is the main focus point. You go from A to B only because the story tells you to,
yeah,
and
yeah.
because it makes the narrative flow continue. Whereas in Zelda, you might go from A to B because you just want to go and see what's at B. It's one of those kind of
Mm,
things. And although
yeah.
Skyrim's my favorite game, I play Skyrim all the time, and that is a very that's an open world game with loads of different storylines, loads of different side quests. You can go do whatever you want really,
Mm.
but it just feels different to me. I don't know. There's certain games that just feel different. Like Skyrim, I love Skyrim, but I
Yeah.
just feel I've never been a big Zelda fan. I
Mm,
really like A Link Between Worlds, but that's a very that's an old style puzzle game.
mm.
Whereas this has puzzles, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like something I'd like to play. I don't.
That
There's nothing
is,
against the
yeah,
game. I think it's a good game, and I am enjoying watching it.
just not your
I just don't
style.
think I
Yeah,
feel like I would sit down with it for maybe like 10, 15 hours, and I
yeah.
might get a bit bored. I don't
I
know.
actually agree. I actually, not that I would. Here's the thing. I actually agree with what you're saying with the story bit, because again, leopards don't change their spots. It's a Zelda game, and Zelda's never been massively story driven. What I do like is that they've actually made the story a bit more apparent. Right, it's a bit
Yeah,
more
yeah, there is
clear.
actually an
Because
actual storyline now. Yeah, which is
yeah,
good. Yeah,
which was the other Zelda games I just did not
I feel
like.
like that
But
should have been expected anyway.
yeah,
I feel like nowadays with all games, looking at any game really, most games
mm,
have a wider story that isn't. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
I bet you can see that for people who like that sort of thing, it would be really
Yeah, yeah,
fun
yeah.
for those
And
sort
I've
of
been
games.
reading up on the lore anyway, and that's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, as a Skyrim fan, I'm then very invested in
Mm,
like random bits of lore. So actually, even though I haven't really seen the full storyline, I've been
yeah.
like reading random tidbits of lore,
The
and I've
revival
been
and
enjoying
stuff.
that. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really fun. I love game lore. Like, I just love it's like it's again people like reading books, right? A good game is like a good book. It
Mm.
can it's got a story behind it. There's a lore behind it, a further lore. It's from Super Mario to Zelda. You've always got that from Pokemon as well. You got strong lore,
Mm.
strong
Yeah.
story that drives the game. And like Zelda's been always been that mysterious type for people who are a bit more outgoing and want to try and find out the story. Now, again, here's the thing. I know for a fact that Zelda's a bit more further down my list. Like I've got Xenoblade on the cards at the moment. That's one thing that me and you both really love, right? Xenoblade.
Yeah.
And that's one that I'm not gonna get bored. I'm gonna be going on Xenoblade. I have to like time myself, like to like come off it because I know I'll be on that stuff for ages. And like I know that Zelda though, it's just I've always I don't know how I feel about open world games, but I do know I'll play it. I do know I'll play it to its full extent and give a good review on it. But that's respectable. I like how you've kind of brought your perspective in there and said, it's not your style, but it's a good game.
Yeah,
It's, yeah,
maybe it's the characters. I don't know, because maybe
yeah,
like with the gameplay looks really fun, and to mess around with it, yeah, it feels like something I'd mess around with a lot. Um,
yeah. When you're
but then
bored,
it's
just like
like
make
I
something.
would only mess around with it so much before I'm like, okay, I want to move on to something else, and yeah, I'll
Mm,
come back to the game, but I'd take a break and go to a different game most likely,
yes, it's
and
more of your side game.
I'd rather have a game that can just like suck me in and like keep me there for a while, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like that for me, like watching. I've had to stop watching gameplay for Xenoblade because I get annoyed. I'm now becoming that fan that I don't want to get spoilers for because
Yeah, I mean,
I
if you're
watched.
gonna play it, like playing
Yeah.
one, you should go into that spoiler free because there's so
Yes.
many twists and turns and
Oh, you
things, and
know
it's
what? I'm just
so
so
good.
excited, mate. You know what? As soon as I get that Xenoblade through the door from Amazon,
Mm.
you know what's
I'm gonna
happening.
come steal it from you, man,
I'm just gonna message you like, look at this until you reply.
and then you'll hear a doorbell ring, and you're like, "Hello, I'm here."
It's like
Is this still your DS? I mean, the Switch.
the
Yeah,
door
it's still yours.
the door just swings open. Bruh,
Just
bruh,
kick it
bruh,
down, yeah.
bruh. Just comes in. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. I better be keep that safe. I better keep that very safe. And
Yeah, lock it away.
lock it away. I'll keep it under. I actually will put a safe. I'll get a safe. I'll order a safe along with it. But yeah, I actually I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Just so
yeah.
excited. But yeah, Tis the Kingdom, great game. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, I understand that it's probably just not your style. I guess, but it's enjoyable. I don't know. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love Prince Sidon though. I'm gonna get a Prince Sidon model. I've got to get a Prince Sidon model, and on my
I think
desk.
Sidon looks really cool.
Yeah, he's really
I
cool.
have a fan who really like a friend who I have a friend who really like. He's a really big fan of
You're a
Sidon.
fan.
I've got a friend. Mate. He's a big fan of Sidon, and he sends me all these like cool artwork of him and stuff. I'm like, damn, this guy's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I think me and him would get on then because I absolutely love Sidon to bits. Like, I've always taken a liking to some weird characters. Like when I was younger, when I was 10 years old, I watched Lilo and Stitch. Even though everyone has watched Lilo and Stitch, I was like, my favorite character was not Lilo. Nope, it wasn't Stitch. No, surprisingly, no, it wasn't Stitch. It was Captain Ganter, the big shark guy. You've seen Lilo and Stitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big shark guy, that massive dude, and he's like some dude. I don't know, massive, huge thing. It's like a. He was my favourite. Really liked him. I'm always attracted to like the wrong character. Like, that's my favourite one, like the bad guy or the. But Prince Sidon isn't bad. He's very interesting. I'm not going to go too much into him. He's got a very interesting story. But he's more on the good side. But he's more from a different world, and one of my favourites. Yeah, but I digress. It's going to be a good game. I'll play it. I'll give it a good play after Breath of the Wild, though.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
do you want
to
go?
both enjoying it.
We're both enjoying it. Now, what's going on in Nintendo? Oh my days, this is big stuff. What's going on?
I'm joking. All right. I just wanted to take a bite. I have an old Easter egg.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take a bite out of it, but I took a really big bite.
Yeah.
And you said, "Okay, what's next?" I'm just quickly trying to swallow it. I'm just joking.
Oh, no. I just imagine like some shard just going down his neck. Right, Sonic. He just dies on an Easter egg.
Okay,
we're doing well. We're doing well so far.
Yeah.
We're dying, but yeah.
News of the week: Sonic co-creator Yuji Naka gets prison sentence for insider trading, plus fine of almost £1 million. We spoke about him before, and how he was caught doing insider trading, and he was fired and fined, obviously. But now he's been given a prison sentence as well. So it's quite.
Nintendo don't take their subjects lightly, Yeah, Bowser Fringe. Yeah.
Okay, I think we spoke before about how it'd probably be quite sad for a lot of people, like Sonic fans, who looked up to this person and had like, oh yeah, he did this. That's a shame. But now that he's been sent to prison, it's an even bigger deal. So it's even more people will be heartbroken by it, kind of thing.
And there's some interesting things you're going to mention in a minute that actually make this a whole lot worse. But yeah, I'll let you go ahead and read what's been put down.
Yeah, sure. Sonic co-creator Yuji Naka, he's been sentenced to prison for insider trading. Naka pleaded guilty in March and has now been sentenced to serve 2.5 years in jail. In addition, Naka has been fined twice of 2.5 million yen and 170 million yen, which is just under 100 million, just under £1 million total.
100 million, dear me.
I can't read it.
Don't worry about it.
However, his defense is seeking a suspended sentence and to lower the fines, claiming Naka accidentally saw information that was extremely unrelated to his work. Prosecutors said that Naka showed no signs of remorse, as reported by Japanese site Abimo Times. A final judgment is expected on 7th of July, so it's next month.
Yes.
He was first arrested back in November of 2022, following reports of alleged insider trading at Square Enix. Naka moved to Square Enix from Sega in 2018, where he released his ill-fated platformer Balan Wonderland. Never heard of it. There he purchased shares worth 2.8 million yen in Aiming, a Japanese developer which Square Enix partnered with to make a Dragon Quest mobile game. This was done before Aiming's involvement was public knowledge. So obviously insider trading wasn't public knowledge. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
He was then rearrested in December 2022 for purchasing shares worth 144.7 million yen in mobile developer A-Team before Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier was officially announced. Later that month, he was formally indicted. For insider trading offences. In March this year, Naka admitted the charges. He has admitted his guilt. But obviously his defense is trying to get him to not go to prison for as long. Because that's what they do. But yeah.
A slight side point. Oh well, okay. First of all, I'll say what I think of this. I think it's terrible. Nintendo have been under fire for quite some time recently. Just due to just bad bad company management. From small things, not small things, but compared to this, it's pretty small. But like striking YouTubers, and then you've got the whole Gary Bowser problem. And then you've now got poor Gary Bowser. Yeah, of course he did wrong things, but they've completely put into a lot of debt. Listen to episode where we talk about that. Called Nintendo Needs to Stop. But then now, this we talked about this before, and I think it's quite interesting to touch back on it. Basically, Yuji Naka, a Sonic co-creator for Sega. Sega isn't Nintendo; they're a different company, but they do work under Nintendo, and them have partnered.
They work like alongside. Yeah,
they work alongside each other exactly. So yeah, it isn't Nintendo, but it is kind of it's related. So it's so sad because I know many people who are massive fans, and he's Sonic's co-creator, right? He's Sonic's co-creator. So it's just he feels really disappointed. Like I don't know. Imagine your favorite musician, right, Elijah?
Yeah.
Imagine he all of a sudden, everyone does things wrong. I don't understand that, but just the shame and upset you would feel just him doing something so illegal. And then here's the thing, right? Yuji Naka has said he shows no signs of remorse. Now I would have been sad, that he's done this bad thing, but and I would at least, I would have been happy if he was like, yes, I'm sorry about this. I did illegal inside trading, and it's bad stuff. No. He's like, no, he didn't. So he's like, no, this isn't bad. He shows no signs of remorse, and he's just
he's more just said, I did it.
Yeah.
So be it. Kind of
So
thing.
be it, and it's just
Which I guess, like, as an adult viewing what's happened and having some like legal knowledge here and there, it feels I don't know. For me, as I'm not a fan of him, I feel like him admitting and not showing signs of remorse isn't good, but at least he admitted his guilt, and he's kind of stepping up and going, yeah, fine, I did it.
Yeah, you admitted it though.
Obviously, he's showing no signs of remorse because he's not happy that he's been caught. I mean, who would if you're doing something illegal and got caught? Happy. But
although I do think that
it's a shame that he doesn't feel bad about it, really.
I think it does sometimes just sway the court, though. That when someone's like, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on what case it is, but sometimes when the person's like really, like, I don't know, breaking down, they're like, I'm so sorry.
Sometimes depends on the country's legal system as well.
That is
the Japanese legal system is very different.
Also, I know this person who studied Japan and Japanese culture, and I've got Japanese friends who would back me up on this. But the Japanese culture is like they don't like to admit they're wrong. Like in World War II as well, it was a problem. Like they didn't like to back down. They didn't like to surrender. And it's just like it's like a mentality like don't give up. And it is a good mentality. And then again, it can be used for bad. Like I can understand the criminal
put in the wrong places. It's not
put in the wrong places. I can understand that mentality. Like he doesn't want to show defeat. He doesn't want to show. Yes, I've done this thing wrong. Of course, he's admitted it, but it's like I've done it. It's quite a big thing to admit you're wrong in Japan.
Like I was saying, like as an older person, seeing it, I feel like okay, that's fine. I don't really care because he admitted it at the end of the day. At least he's admitted it. Sure, he probably did so he can get a smaller sentence, but in doing so, at least he's come out and he's not like trying to hide it or anything.
That's the good thing.
He's not. I understand why he wouldn't be happy about it, obviously, but then if I was his fan, I'd probably be very upset about that. The fact that A, he did it, and B, he doesn't really care he did it. He's more upset that he's been caught than he is that more remorseful than what he's done. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, as a fan, if I was a fan, I'll be very upset by the fact that he's not showing any remorse.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same as you. I'm not a fan of Sonic. Right, I don't play Sonic. I played it when I was younger. I 100%ed Sonic Rush. That was fun. But I had that phase. I had a Sonic phase. But it never stuck, I was like, now there's Sonic games that are available. And I'm like, no, it's just no.
Sonic games aren't very good nowadays. So.
No, it's not very. It's just boring. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys who like Sonic, because I've got a friend who just loves Sonic so much that he's drawing Sonic all the time. It's like, yes, Sonic this, Sonic that. I'm like, yeah, cool, But I kind of he does know about this, and it's just, and for him, I think it'll be good to get him on the podcast. But no, he doesn't want to. But he would actually probably give us a massive lecture on how sad he is because he's the co-creator. And it's a big thing. Like, imagine for us, like we like Super Mario. Imagine Shigeru Miyamoto did this. Like, I'm not saying he is. I'm going to put that out there because he's a big guy. He's not done anything wrong. But just imagine that he was put into this situation, the same thing as Yuji Naka. I think we would be a bit more sad. We'd actually be a bit more passionate about this. And so, first of all, for the fans, this is a sad thing. And also, it's a reminder that we're all human after all. These big creators, they mess up. These big people that make our games, they're human. They do bad things. We have to just accept it. The games are good. If you're a Sonic fan, enjoy Sonic. Don't let this tarnish it. Don't let it tarnish it, even though it is hard. I guess because it's been hard for
Same
me.
for the Dragon
Yeah.
Quest fans and sort of Square Enix things on mobile. If you do play those mobile games and you
Yeah.
like them, try not to think too badly about it, I guess, because it will just
Yeah.
upset you. Yeah.
That's how I felt for actually a period of time when Nintendo were under fire for striking YouTubers and the whole, again, the whole Gary Bowser situation. I was like, I felt bad. I just didn't like playing the games. And then again, I'm like, well, the games are good, right? The games are good. Separate the games from Nintendo. The games are good. The company, not so good.
Yeah, I'm not trying to forget at this point. I'm not trying to forget about it. I'm more trying to be like, oh yeah, I just want to kind of, I don't know, leave it for a while, then come back to the games and just act like it never happened. And that's what we're trying to
Exactly, and
do.
it does pass. Thankfully, I'm
Because
thankfully.
honestly, you shouldn't do that. We should speak up. We should do all this stuff. But
Yeah,
we've spoken up. People have spoken up online, and nothing's going to change. Same as always with Nintendo, they don't listen to their fans.
they never
So
listen.
that's just a thing you have to accept, I guess.
Yeah, and also the one thing that I had, there are actually so many innocent people in this as well. So many people actually worked
Yeah, of
hard
course. Yeah.
to program this game. So it's not just Yuji Naka, right? Yuji Naka has sadly brought a bad reputation on his entire business here, and I feel so bad for all his co-workers that are just simply working for him or were working for him to create his game. Sadly they're going to have to come under fire as well. Like, it's just sad. It's just bad stuff. Naughty stuff. Naughty stuff from Nintendo, man.
Just reminded me, I was talking about Nintendo playing things. I've been playing Mario Kart 7 recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know the one on the 3DS?
Oh yeah, back into Mario Kart 7. Yeah. That's
Yeah, 'cause
that never gets old.
I never played Mario Kart 7. I've always I grew up with Mario Kart Wii, and then I played Mario Kart on the DS, and then I played whatever one was on the Wii U. It could have been 7 or 8. I think actually no, it was 8 on the Wii U, I think.
Yeah.
And then 8 Deluxe is the Nintendo Switch one. I haven't played that, but I played 8 on the Wii U as well. And now I finally played 7 on the 3DS. Like,
What do you think? What do you think of 7?
It's really, really good. I love it. I love Mario Kart. It's just such a fun game to play in your free time.
Have you unlocked all the courses?
Not yet. I'm going through them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get all the characters as well.
Man,
I only
you
read
need
it 2 days ago.
get CGPT 7 or something. Probably said that wrong. Get the hacked version for it. You can unlock. You can get all sorts of characters for it and
Right,
custom made tracks. And also, now you've got that game, I can actually. But whenever you're free, mate, let me know. We can play online together.
Yeah, sure.
I'll race you. I'll race. I'll win.
I'm pretty good. I don't know, man. I play a lot of racing games, from like Forza to Mario Kart. I play a lot of racing games.
Same here. That was my first ever proper DS Mario game. They're both good people here. Yeah, I love Mario Kart. And again, I would just like to shout out my good fellow YouTuber friend Matthew, MS Guy01. Go check his channel out. He's been on the podcast. The podcast episode was a great episode, one of our best episodes so far we've done, called "Why You Should Play Mario Kart." And he's a YouTuber that he makes Mario Kart content. That's his specialized thing. He does live streams. He plays with his viewers. He's now reached over 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to him. But I'm really happy because he recently live streamed Mario Kart 7, and I think I've said this. The reason why he's actually one of my favorite YouTubers, gamer YouTubers out there. Do you know why? Because he actually plays games that are old, and he has an audience. He brings them back to the light and says, "Hey, this game's still fun. Still play." I love that. I love how people are still not forgetting the 3DS. Like, he's still live streaming Mario Kart 7 and encouraging people to go and play Mario Kart 7. And it's just that's so good. Like, I'm so happy he's doing that, and I just love seeing it. I'm like, yes, I can actually watch an up-to-date video of Mario Kart 7 because I still play Mario Kart 7. It's funny you've done that because I also played Mario Kart 7 this Monday before my week went hectic. But yeah, it's a great game. Mario Kart never gets old. Whatever version it is, it never gets old. It never gets old.
I'm assuming when the new Switch comes out, they'll make a Mario Kart 9. Surely, because they're not going to do a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They're going to make a new one.
They're going to make 9, or they're going to skip and go 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But all those won't give it a number at all. But yeah,
Mario Kart, the professional.
Just Mario Kart, and then whatever the
pro
name is. I don't know. But yeah, you should
Elite.
do another episode of him when that comes out. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we're planning to. but me and him, I said he definitely needs to come back on the podcast because that was such a good episode, and I've got so much more to say to him still. We still never asked him about his views on the Mario Kart movie. Mario
Yeah,
Kart scene in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Matthew, if you're a great member of our Discord server as well. If you're listening to this, let's message each other. Let's get you back on the podcast at some point. It'd be great. But yeah, interesting
Speaking of
stuff.
Discord, noticed a few people have joined recently.
Yes.
Feel free, everyone. Feel free to join. Also, people who have joined, feel free to chat away. Don't be shy. I feel like people are very shy, very shy. They'll join. They won't say anything. I'll welcome them.
But hello.
And maybe they'll say hi, and then that'll be it. And it's like, okay, bro, you got to carry the conversation. I will try talking to all of you on the Discord more to try and keep it alive, because it isn't very alive. I'm gonna be honest, it's not very alive.
It's not very alive.
We want you guys to come here. We want you guys to chat too. We want to talk to you about things, And I'm always on Discord, so.
Same here, but I'm just so busy because I'm actually at the moment I'm going and talking and doing different I'm actually got all I do is I book episodes up ahead, like 2 months, 3 months ahead, and I've got several collaborations booked with other small YouTubers. So that's great stuff. I use Discord more for business, but I am always on Discord as well, and I'm a manager of the server. I've also have my moderator who manages the server. Thank you, Isarius. Shout out to Isarius. Yeah, Elijah. Also, thanks for being our sort of chat manager. I've noticed he's been welcoming all of you into the into the channel. Thank you, Elijah.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being friendly. I'm on Discord like 6 hours a day.
Yes, it's so good. Discord's addictive.
I just have a lot of people that I talk to there, so it's always useful.
It's so nice.
I'm there a lot of the time. So anyone who wants to join, talk to us, whatever, me, Judah, Rowan, or anyone else, just come by, stop by. It's free. It's fun. We want you to talk to you. We want to have discussions and things.
Exactly.
So if you are there already, speak up and I'll speak to you, or I'll speak up and make you speak to me. So like that,
Thank you, Elijah, for mentioning this actually, because we have never actually spoken much about our Discord.
Yeah, we kind of just said we had it and never actually.
Yeah, we've said we had it. It's like one of those things that we just have in the background. That it's going, it's active. It's just not
but we want it to be like a staple.
And it's slowly growing, very slowly.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. Yeah.
Just think of it as like a way for you to just chat with us about anything and everything,
Yeah. Do you want to chat with Judah? Yeah. You should do an advert. Do you want to chat with Judah and Rowan and be friends with them? Well, you can. Discord. This is the thing. I created this whole Discord so you could chat with us and you can chat with each other and chat about episodes coming up. In the future, I want that. I want a little fan base so we can talk about and I want this to be done. I want this. And I've had requests been sent into the email and people have DM'd me and said,
it's a good way. It's an easier way for a lot of people as well. People who don't want to send an email or anything, they can't be able to do that.
Yeah, to contact us.
To contact, even just for a question. If you were like, oh, can you do this or can you talk about this or hi, I have a question, and it could just be like a question of the week kind of question.
Exactly.
And we can just answer you then and there.
We can answer if you don't want to be read out on the podcast and you still like to listen to us. Just DM me. Like I'll be happily talking to you. I'll just talk to you on DMs. I've spoken to many people from all across the world on DMs, and it's such a nice. I just love to talk to people. It's just an amazing thing to do. And thanks for bringing it up. Our Discord is in the description. Please click on that link. And if there's any problem with it, I'll probably might need to update the invite actually to see, just make sure it's all going well But we had people joining recently, and we're
soon
happy.
I'm going to add. I'm going to ask you if I can add a channel and a VC.
Of course. Like I'll actually, Elijah, you're part of the team now. Me and Ryan need to do this. Like it's a special sort of. It's like handing down. I don't know. But you're Elijah. You're going to be. You are kind of. Yes, you're part of the JR's gaming team. Like you kind of just become that. I'll give you the roles, the managing roles for you to moderate and stuff, so you can happily, because you're on Discord a lot. I'm
thinking adding a few channels. Also still Nintendo music or game related, whatever it may be. But adding a few channels, and I can post on there with just little things that people can read or talk about, whatever.
I'll give you the roles.
Just to keep it alive. Yeah.
I'll give you that role after the episode. I'll remember too. Yeah. Cool. Thank you for that, Elijah. Thank you for thank you for also Isarius, who is more of the security guard. He makes sure everything is good, because you do get. But the good thing is his job's done. There's no bad people that have come in at all, really. So yeah,
But just in case he's there.
just in case he's there, he's the security guard, really. And then Elijah, you're the moderator, manager. Now, there you are. Self-claimed you that right now, giving you the pressure, no pressure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's again, just everyone. This is it's a small little thing before we move on to question. As we go again, it's community. This podcast is not possible unless you guys listen to it, and we're not selfish. We want to talk to you. And it's for a laugh. You can share things, share memes, guys. Share memes in the chat. I love.
Send me your memes. I will rank your memes. We will
we can
harshly
meme
judge
ranking.
you. No. We'll love just talk to us, man. Like, we're humans too, you know.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love more than anything interacting with my community. And
Me
that's
too.
why that's why I love comments so much. And like, I love how you have emails and things in your email.
Yeah, I'm so
I think
happy.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, what's amazed me, we've only had one episode where we've been like, oh, we don't have any questions this week. We've actually got
You asked
questions.
me, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we've had a couple of times where we're like, oh yeah, there's not any questions this week, but there's always someone who quickly pops in there into the inbox. Or I check spam all the time because spam is where sadly a lot of our listeners' emails go.
That's just Gmail.
It's just Gmail for us, annoyingly. But yeah, don't worry, guys. I see every single email. I'm sorry if it's not been read out. It will be read out. I've lined them all up. I've got about 10 more questions I still need to read out because they piled up in the Christmas season as well. But certain ones I need to answer in different episodes.
If we ever have too many, you could always do like two at once, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do two
like,
at once.
Or if someone related to each other, you can like tie them together, I guess.
We could. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We've got a couple of questions here about listening. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. Yeah. Again,
saves time also because if someone puts a question out and they have to wait like five episodes for it to be read, they might miss it as well.
Exactly.
Got to think about that. Yeah.
I've got to think about that definitely, but I do try and get as soon as you write in, I do try and make sure that's read out, like at least on the next episode after that. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, to everyone who's actually written in and actually enjoyed. Again, I think it's important we talk about this. Like, we want people to tell us any constructive criticism or anything you want us to do differently, or it's about growing it with you. Growing it with the community.
Make fun of our voices.
Yeah, make fun. You could I just do everything. Do anything and everything. Yeah. Thank you for everyone who's literally supporting us along the way, and thank you for everyone who's recently gone over from the podcast and joined our Discord server. It's great to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. And speak to Elijah. He's lonely.
Hopefully the fact that hopefully the fact that I'm going to be making it more alive soon. I should hopefully draw.
Thank you.
In, hopefully.
Thank you, Elijah.
You don't have to thank me.
Appreciate that.
I don't want to do it anyway.
I'll give you the roles. I don't know why I've not given you the roles. You're
it's okay.
there.
I just like
self-manager.
I already run 3 Discord servers, and I used to run 2 when I first started. So I'm just thinking of what to do right now. Loads of ideas.
Yes, please. You can be the new manager because Azaris is very busy right now as well, but he's more the security guy, as I said before. But again, thank you very much, Elijah, and thank you to everyone who's joined the Discord. Now, speaking of community, should we have a question of the week after the break, Elijah?
We should, yes.
We should. Now, before we do that, let's have a quick ad break. This tune is absolute vibes. Hey, Elijah, mate, come and check this tune out I've been listening to.
Oh, wow, that sounds really interesting, Judah, but I'm not quite sold on the fact that it sounds as good as the tune I'm listening to. In fact, if you listen to this tune, your mind will be blown away.
What? Really? Let me have a listen. Elijah, I beg to differ. My tune clearly sounded way better.
Is that so? Well, I'm in every mind to object to that, because this is the
Nintendo Music Wars. Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Music Wars, a brand new special and exclusive podcast series.
Each week, me and Judah will bring before you 2 game soundtracks and present 3 of our favourite music tracks from our chosen games.
We will then debate and explain why our chosen soundtrack is better in our own opinion.
Now, me and Judah are extremely biased, so this is where you, yes you, the listener, come in.
Each week we want you all to vote on which soundtrack you thought was best. We will be putting polls out on all our social medias, and this does include Spotify for those of you on Spotify.
And if you're unable to take part in any of the polls, please write in your vote to our podcast email, jirsgaming135@gmail.com.
At the end of each week, we will take in all the votes, and the one of us that gets the most votes that week gets 1 point.
And at the end of the series, the person who gets the most points wins the Nintendo Music Wars.
Elijah, the war is on. I will win this.
Not so fast. We all know who the musician is here.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Or watch on YouTube at the JR's Gaming Podcast.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Nintendo Music Wars. And we are back from the ad break to the question of the week. Now, this week we have a question here from Aliba. Now, I really hope I say your name right. It's either
Aliba?
Aliba or Aliba.
Aliba? I think it's like Aliba.
Aliba. I
I
think
don't
so.
know. I think so.
I think so. I hope so. Please forgive us again. Write to a Discord and tell us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a voice channel, and then if you feel like talking to us, you can just pronounce it for us.
That would be
We'll get
cool.
it right that
My
time.
name is wrong channel.
Yeah. Just
All
how
the
to say my
listeners,
name. Yeah.
80% of the listeners just go there and like, excuse me, this is how we say.
You didn't say it right. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. We are sorry to everyone whose names have been butchered. Yeah. Now I'll say Aliba for now. Aliba. Right. So, so Aliba says to Jude the Dude and Eli the Elite. Oh, we've got some alliteration going on. First alliteration email here. Eli, are you the elite today?
Sure.
I'm definitely not a dude today because I'm just exhausted. But thank you anyway.
I like the titles. Thank you.
I like the title. It's just snazzy, you know. My name is Aliba, and I'm from the country of Italy. He stated here that he's a he as well. Yeah, remember that. This summer, I hope to tour Europe and go to countries like France, England, Spain, and Sweden. I have a question for you both. That's great, though. I hope you have a great time traveling.
Sweden's lovely. I love Sweden.
Sweden, the country of
personal
PewDiePie.
fan of Sweden. not for PewDiePie. I just like Sweden. Sweden seems like a really cozy place, but for very friendly people.
I really want to go to Sweden as well, you know. But every time I see the word Sweden, I just see PewDiePie's face just spawn into my brain. Is that a good? I don't know why.
I usually think of IKEA first, and then I think of winter.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to go to Sweden as well. Tell us how it is. Write in again. Tell us how your trip went this summer. Like, best of luck.
We're very jealous of you.
We are very jealous. So, I'm hoping to go to Japan this year, and you get to go to more countries at once. Well done. I hope that goes great. But anyway, here's a question. Okay, good luck. The question is, he says, I want to see if I can get some Nintendo consoles for a cheap price outside of Italy. So I want to buy a console and game from a different country in Europe. Do you think it would still have the language in Italian for me? Will it be hard and not possible? In Italy, our consoles have different languages, so I hope it's the same for outside of Italy. Aliba from Italy. First of all, yeah, I think correct. Europe,
it is.
You going to Europe? Yes, from what I know. Yes, because in the UK, number one, we have the language thing. Like, you can get Italian in the UK, but no, don't come to the UK to get a Switch. It's all overpriced.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Okay, so I was going to say the consoles are made regionally. All of the European consoles should have all the same languages. So if your consoles in Italy have loads of different languages, our consoles in every other European country should have the exact same ones. You know?
Oh yeah. The European branch makes it.
Yeah. So it'll be the same. So there will still be other languages, and if it is expensive in Italy, probably not in the UK. Yeah, due to depends on where you get it from. He's probably right. Yeah. But I don't know. Places like other places probably might be a bit cheap.
Yeah, maybe try Spain or maybe Spain. I don't know. Spain would probably. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Or France. Definitely let us know. Like, I'm interested to see if you actually get a good deal, because that's something quite interesting I've noticed. Like, if you're a bit smart and you've got the time and effort to go out to another country, that is something to remember. If you can't get a console for a good price, like I know my friend, he couldn't get a PlayStation 5 in the UK for a good price, and he went somewhere in Europe. I forget where it was now. It may have been. I think it was somewhere really obscure, like Romania or Belarus or something. And he got a PlayStation 5 for like half the price it ever is. And like a brand new thing. And he brought it home and it had English on it. So yeah, I know Nintendo, they're a massive company. They're the EU branch, like my Nintendo Switch and the game, it will have, Italian like language select on it. So yeah, it's the EU region on it. The region lock for EU is like all the countries in the EU, in Europe. So, yes, correct. I think you will be able to do that. So, good luck. Anything you want to say to Ali Burr for his travels and his Nintendo Switch search, whatever it is, consoles, 3DS, whatever it is?
It just sounds really fun, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of you. That sounds like a really nice trip if you're doing that in the summer as well. That'd be quite nice, yeah. France, England, Spain, and Sweden. Good start, yeah.
Yeah, France. Yes, you see, yeah, France. I want to go to France. Quickly before we end the episode, like out of these three, you said, I mean, which one do you want to go to the most? Is it Sweden for you?
Sweden. I've already been to Spain. Obviously, I'm in
Mm.
England. I don't
Yeah.
like France, and I like Sweden. So
Oh
yeah.
really? I feel like France is romantic. I'm.
It's overrated. I think it's not
Is it? Is
romantic.
it?
It's
Is
it's
it? Is it? Is it not?
romanticized. I don't think it's very romantic though. Full of
Oh.
rats. If you go to like
Oh, okay.
Paris, the city of romance,
Just
it's just
ruined
a
it for me.
disgusting city, really.
Oh dear.
But
Just
France,
smashed all my dreams of
there are lovely
France.
places in France, and there's lovely
Okay. Okay.
places in like the countryside.
Just all our French listeners just stop listening. Why? Because Elijah just
Good, go away. We don't want to
overrated.
know.
There's rats. Raw! Everyone's like, no, this is not correct.
France is disgusting. I hate France. I'm
Wow.
just kidding. That.
He's British, guys. He's sarcastic. Let me quickly say.
My sense of humor is putting people down. So
Oh,
that's
poor French people. We do have French listeners.
yeah.
Oh, Elijah, what have you done?
Yeah, they can leave now. They can feel free. No, just kidding.
What's he doing, Tom?
Yeah, lovely places to go. Hopefully you have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, hopefully you have fun. I want to, despite what Elijah said about France, I still want to go. I still want to see France. I've never been to France. I've been literally outside of France. I went to Jersey. That's not France though, is it?
What?
Do you not know Jersey?
Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm
Come
not
on, you
very
don't know
good at- I'm not-
Jersey.
I don't travel. I
He's
don't travel.
typing up. He's been to France, but he's not been to Jersey. Appalling. I'm joking. Jersey's
I
pretty.
don't travel.
It's a little island, right? It's a little island off the coast of France.
Coast of Northwest France. Okay. Right.
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't know.
basically France, but miniature. There's no Eiffel Tower though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, it's a part. It's in the UK. Owned by UK. Yeah.
It's owned by the UK, so
But
yeah.
it's close to France. Yeah.
It's still abroad. I still went
Yeah,
abroad.
okay.
I still crossed the water.
Yeah, Jersey. Of course, I know what Jersey is. Right. Yeah. I thought you meant a place in France called Jersey, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
of English Jersey,
Oh.
and it is English Jersey.
It's British.
Yeah.
It's still France. Most people in Jersey speak French. French. They speak French.
Yeah.
In Jersey though, like you'll
Yeah,
find
mix,
it's a bit of a mix. Like many French people though, but you do get a lot of UK holiday people just messing it up and shouting and drinking beers on a beach. So it's a bit.
Well, that's like every.
It's just
European
Butlins in
country
an
now.
island.
Honestly, when I went to Spain, it's just full of like British people who can't tan, so they're just bright red.
Oh no.
They were like, when I went to Mallorca, I went to a Spanish island. It was really lovely.
Yeah.
And they had like paella everywhere and like seafood. I can't eat it, but it looked nice anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had pubs. They put pubs on a traditional Spanish island because of all the British people who came over.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I get like you want a sense of home, but why put a pub? Like it's an English thing. Why be like, yeah, we're gonna have like fish and chips in the pub? And it's like, no, we have English food in England. Keep your Spanish food in Spain.
Exactly.
Like,
No.
I don't like how so many places now in Europe are like built around the British people who go to holiday. Yeah, they're all like for holiday homes and stuff. It's like, no.
That's why I come out of England because I don't want to see England for a bit.
Exactly.
I want a different
We leave
experience.
England. I guess a lot of people don't do that. A lot of British people just leave to see the sun and then come back to the grey weather.
We're horrible holiday makers. We're sorry for all our British people. I
apologise on behalf of all of the UK.
Oh.
Even though I'm not one of those
me
people,
too,
but I just feel like
we have permission to say this because we are British and we know exactly what we are like, and we are capable of doing in destruction that we are capable of doing in countries, and it's just horrible to see sometimes disrespect as well. Like I don't want to stereotype most British people. There's some lovely British people like me, and Elijah, great tourists. Yeah. Now, here's the thing: I love a good beer, I love a good pub, but I don't. It's just I don't go to Spain to do that. I want to go to Spain to embrace the culture of Spain. I want to go to France to embrace the culture of France. Sweden for Sweden. Not because I fly a couple of miles over the sea to go to Spain.
I guess it depends on where you're from. Like again, like a lot of people view Britain as like this one thing, but they need to realize England alone is so divided. In like me being from London, I have like a very multicultural. They're very multicultural.
Oh, London's so multicultural. Yeah.
Like people call it the multicultural hub of the world.
It
is just so full of different people from all over the world. So me going to another country, I want to learn things about that country. I want to appreciate the country.
Exactly.
I want to do things I can't do in England. But then, like someone from I don't know some lesser, greater area of the Midlands might just be like, oh, I don't know, just you want to go see this? I'll make a culture shock, you know.
Let's go see the
So they
sun,
just
you know.
let's just go to see the sun, and then they go home, and like, nothing's changed. You know, there's very different areas of the UK.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's just England alone, you know.
It's just
So
England, you know.
yeah,
Everyone's different in the UK. It's just the
yeah,
UK.
it's very different.
I had a very,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Quickly before we close off, I had a very British experience today. No, it was yesterday evening. I was in Dorking, in Surrey, and if anyone who's in Dorking, I can find it right down to Dorking. I don't think there's anyone in Dorking. If there's anyone in Dorking, come right into the email. But Dorking's a very small, quaint town, right? And I mean, if I've got a favourite town in Surrey, it's got to be Guildford because it's a big town in the middle of countryside. And
I
then
don't think you've been pronouncing it correctly the whole time.
What? No, Guildford. That's how you say it.
Guildford.
It's Guildford. No, there's a D in it.
Guildford. It's Guildford.
Guildford? No, I think you're saying it wrong, mate.
I mean, I went there for 2 years to college.
Oh,
Like,
no, actually,
everyone called it Guildford.
Actually, last week we had a listener called Scarlett from Guildford. Come in, listen again. Is it Guildford? Votes.
Pretty
Right,
sure
vote.
it's
Polls.
Guildford, mate.
No,
I have
it's
friends from
Guildford.
Guildford as well. Like,
So
we
do
all
I, though.
call it Guildford.
No
We
one's
all
pointed
call
that
it.
out.
No one's
Okay.
called it Guildford. You know, you don't really pronounce the heavy D. It's more like just
I've
Guildford.
noticed that, though. I've noticed people just say Guildford. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, all right. Guildford, then. I like Guildford. Then Ardingly. Do you know Ardingly?
No.
You don't? Okay.
Where's
Well,
that?
it's like the very bottom of Surrey, and it's like more
Okay.
towards. It's like straight up from Brighton.
Okay.
You've got
Okay.
Ardingly. It's just a very. It might not even be in Surrey, but I like Ardingly as well. It's a lovely little town.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I went to Dorking and we had fish and chips, and it was just the most British town I ever saw. Right? It had. This is why it was so British, right? It had like pubs and there were people outside going like, "Hey," you know, had southern accents like me. You know, it's just British, you know, London / type thing. And but then you had Japanese restaurants there, and you also had the best fish and chips ever. There was this fish and chips, right? And it was such a good fish and chips. I don't even know why I'm saying it, but I had such a really good fish and chips while I was in Dorking in Surrey. I was so good. If you ever be in
Do you
Dorking,
mean
guys.
Woking or talking?
Dorking. This is in Dorking.
Okay.
I literally did a whistle stop tour of the entire Surrey. I went to Woking,
Oh, right, yeah.
Reigate, Dorking, Guildford. What else did I? Yeah, Ardingly. Man, just too much stuff. I went to too many areas.
There's a lot more there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did it across 2 days, but yes, man,
Okay.
it was way too much. And I don't know why I'm still alive, but yeah, came from the car to the podcast to give you an episode.
Came
Yeah.
from Sports Director podcast.
We both just come straight from what we're doing, just like I was spawned into like the room, just like podcast time out of whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun doing this episode. But yeah, great episode this week, Elijah. Please send in your questions and comments to jarosgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening from and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. This will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Our socials will be in the description: our Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, website, and Discord. Remember, guys, Discord. Remember, Elijah?
Discord.
You're there. You're going to say hi to the people, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
And be sure to be tuned for the Nintendo Music Wars. Be sure to be tuned because
be tuned in.
Indeed, be tuned in because it's out on Sunday. So make sure to. It's really good. Love the series. Episode 5 now, but yeah, be sure to be tuned, Elijah.
It's a little secret. I've chosen Mario Kart for the next one.
Oh no!
So it's gonna be really good, and you should listen to it. Okay, bye.
All right. I'm doomed.
Yeah. He's doomed.
It's a goodbye from me.